video will explain how course instructors can enter requisite waivers, faculty consent, and student petitions for students who need these permissions in order to register in the class. We will begin by logging into the MyUPEI portal. We will scroll down until we reach the faculty toolbox. In order to see your class rosters and enter permissions, you need to choose Manage Your Classes. It's titled a little differently here because this is the test portal, but in the live portal it is called Manage Your Classes. This will bring up a list of courses that you are the instructor for, designated by semester. So we see here that Tyrone Tester is the instructor for 4 different course sections in the 2017 fall semester. We will start by entering a requisite waiver. Keep in mind that the definition of a requisite is a course or more than one course that a student must have taken previously. We'll talk about the difference between a requisite and a restriction later on in this video. First, we need to click on the applicable course. In this case, we'll choose Accounting 2210, and then we will click on the Permissions tab. Here we have 2 options, but since we're entering a requisite waiver, we'll choose Requisite Waiver. This will bring us to a screen where we can see what the prerequisites for the course are. In this case, Accounting 1010 is required being taken previously. So in order to waive this requisite for a student, we click Add New. Now we're going to search for the student using their 7-digit student ID number. So the reason I have an extra 0 at the beginning is because the number does have to be 7 digits in total. You may have to add more leading zeros than that depending on the student's ID number. And then you click Search. This will bring up the student's information. Then we will click Approve if it's not selected already, and we will select a reason for the waiver. In this case, there is only one option of instructor consent. Keep in mind that this reason is an outward-facing message that the student will see on their MyUPEI page. But furthermore, you can add any other comments in this comment box. The student will not see these, so they can simply be a reminder to yourself for why you accepted the student into your class. And then you click Save. So you'll see that the student's name and ID number will show up as being authorized to take the class. The student's now able to register herself or himself in the course. However, it might take some time for the system to update and for the waiver to take effect on their end. If we scroll up and go back to courses, we can now choose another course. So this time, let's allow a student to take a course by bypassing the course restrictions. A restriction is going to be anything such as the student must have 3rd-year standing, or the student must be a kinesiology major, or the student must be in a particular program. So once again, we'll click on the appropriate course. This time we'll choose Sociology 1050, which I have set up in the test portal as having a restriction of being in 2nd-year standing. And our student, Sally Tester, is only in 1st-year standing, so she will not be able to take the course without granting consent. So again, we'll go to the Permissions tab. For course restrictions, we're going to choose Student Petition and Faculty Consent. And you can see that we have 2 options. Here, in the case of course restriction, like I said, we'll click Add New for Faculty Consent and fill out a form that is similar to the one that we did for the requisite waiver. Another time where you would enter faculty consent for a student is for any course that requires permission of the instructor in order to register. So again, you search by student ID number, select a status of accepted in this case, and then an outward-facing reason in this case, they're the wrong year of study. And any additional comments that the student won't be able to see, and then we click Save. In the same manner, For a course that requires student petition, we can click Add New for student petition and enter the same information. A student petition is required for courses that list permission of the coordinator, dean, chair, supervisor, etc. on their course description. So that is how to enter permissions for students if you're the instructor of the course. Please note that permissions you grant in MyUPEI will not override any valid registration dates, waitlist priority, room capacity, or section capacity.